Let's wait for another 2 minutes. Okay. Participant count is only 26. So in the last session, we discussed about if statement. Okay, and then we started discussing about test command. Okay, how the test command can be used to compare two numbers. Okay, so these are the comparison operators. Okay, I had already given the examples, few examples. The next one, this test command can also be used to compare two strings or a single string to a null value. It can also be used to check file attributes. Okay. So, so these are the comparison, string comparison operators. Okay. You can see here, if you want to compare the two strings, you can use S1 and S2 equal to, not equal to. Okay, minus n can also be used to check whether the string is not a null number. And similarly, you have minus z. Okay, and string with the name STG is assigned or whether it is a null. Okay, so S1 is double equal to S2 to compare two strings. Okay, strictly equal to. Okay, with the case. Okay, both the case should be equal. Okay, so I'll give an example for this. This is an example. You can see here we are comparing, we are asking the user to enter a password. Okay, he will enter the password which will be stored in the variable PASS. It's a variable. And then we are using test command here to compare these two strings. Okay, the one which is stored in the variable pass. Okay, with the string Tom. Okay, we are checking whether the entered password is equal to Tom. If it is equal, okay, then you will be displayed with a message you are allowed to log in. If they are not equal, else case it will enter and it will display not a valid password. Is it clear? So this is an example where it shows string comparison, and this, it also gives an example for if statement. Okay, so I will execute this program. Sh script file dot sh. So here it will ask me to enter the password. I will enter Tom. Okay, it will display the message you are allowed to log in because whatever the enter password is equal to Tom. Let me give one more example. Okay, I will enter okay, my name. Okay, Divya is equal to Tom. Okay, so it will compare the string with Divya with this. Okay, it is not equal, so it will go to the else statement and it will display not a valid password. Is it clear? Yes. Any doubt in this
Yes, ma'am.
example? So this one example you can give for string comparison. Okay, they ask in the exam, explain how test is used for string comparison. Okay, with example. So the next one is file test. Okay. So here test can also be used to test various file attributes. Okay. For example, it can also be used to check whether the file is an ordinary file, whether the file it belongs to a directory, or whether it is a symbolic link file. So this is one more file. Okay, so to just give an introduction about symbolic link file, so it simply points to another entry somewhere in the file system. Okay, so it will have an entry. Okay, it's like a pointer. Okay, it's like a pointer to the particular file. Okay, but it doesn't contain any data in the target file. So it is like simply a pointer. Okay, pointer to a particular file, but it is not having any data of the target file. Okay, so that is a symbolic link file. Or it can also be used to check, okay, test for file permissions. Okay, whether a particular file is having read permission, write permission, execute permission. Okay, so this is we are checking whether the user is having execute permissions. Okay, so look at this. These are few examples. Okay, these are the few examples. So here we are going to list. Initially, we list -L. So -L, it is an option which is used for listing the file attributes. Okay, so which we have already studied. -L. So we have different options. Okay, file related options. I won't list all the options here. So few options I will give with an example here. So you have around 10 to 12 options. Okay, -F, -R, -D, -U. Okay, we can go through those options. So here I'll be using -F. Okay, so -S, F is an option. Okay, which is used to check whether the file exists. Okay, and to check whether it is a ordinary file. Okay, so see here, I'll give an example. So -F. So test, here I can use either square bracket, I can use test command, or I can use square bracket. Okay, so that is, they both have same meaning. So I'll be using for the file.c, it's a C file. Okay, and so $? If I'm using $? Okay, so $? It will tell, it will give the status. Okay, $? It will give status. We have already studied about $? Okay, when we were discussing about exit and exit status of a command. So $? It's a parameter which is used to check the exist status of the last command. Okay, so what is the status of this command? So here you can see, sorry, you have to give space. This you have to remember. Okay, when you are using square bracket, you have to leave space. Here it is giving 0. Okay, so $? Will give two values, that is 1 and 0. So 1 indicates it is an ordinary file, 0 indicates it is not a ordinary. Okay, sorry, 0 indicates what? Any idea? 0 means, the value 0 means command is successful. Okay, any non-zero value means it is failure. Okay, so here we are getting 0. So that means yes, it is a ordinary file. Okay, so you can check for other values. Okay, minus x. Okay, so minus x is an option. It is used to check whether it is a file is a executable file, whether you can execute this file. So dollar question mark. So here it is giving value 1. Okay, it is telling that it is not an executable file. Okay, 0 means yes, the previous command, that is there are two commands here. One is this one. Okay, so we can combine the command with semicolons, right? We have studied how to combine the commands. The command can be combined using semicolons. So there are two commands here. So dollar question mark will tell what is the status of the last command, that is the previous command. Okay. So if it is an executable file, then you'll get to 0 here. If not, if it is not an executable file, then you will get the answer as 1. Okay, so these two examples you can give. Okay, so similarly, there are other options, minus W, minus D. Okay, you can check these options. Here you can see. So here it is giving 0, that means it is an ordinary file. It is giving 1, that means it is not executable file. And here you can see minus W. Minus W, it is used to check whether the file is writable. You can make any, whether the file is writable. Okay, so whether you can write to this file. So if it is not, okay, if it is not, so here we have used logical OR. So if the first command fails, okay, logical OR tells what? If the first command fails, it will execute the second command. Okay, here we have not used the dollar question mark, but instead we have used logical OR operator. Okay, so here you can see the first command fails. That means it is a writable file. You can write to this file. Okay, here we have used negation symbol. The negation is opposite. Okay, simply if you give like this, it indicates whether you can write to that file. If you use negation, that means you are checking, okay, you are checking whether you are not writing to the file, whether the file is not. Okay. So if the file is not writable, then it will display this message. Okay. False, that file is not writable. Okay, so you can check this examples, execute and check these examples. Okay. File test commands. Okay. How test can be used for testing the files. So to give few examples, you can see here. So I use this option. See here. Minus W. I don't use negation here. And I use OR here. Logical OR. And I will print some message. Let's see. So here it is, what it is giving is the file is writable. Okay, the file is writable. 0 means you can write to the file. So that is why you are able to execute this command. Okay, you are able to execute this command. So that is why it is not going for the OR. Okay. Suppose if you go for negation, see here, if you are giving negation. Negation means you are telling that file is not writable. What it is giving? It is giving yes. Okay, so yes means what? The file is not writable. Okay, that is false. You can write to the file, and that is why it is going for the next command, echo command, and it is displaying the message yes. Is it clear? The particular file, okay, the particular file.c is a writable file. Okay, so that is why when you go for this, okay, when you go for this, it is giving the answer 0. So remember, 0 means yes, you can write to the file. Okay, minus x means it is yes, you can execute the file. Minus f means you can, it is the ordinary file. Okay, if you are getting 0, if you are getting non-zero value means it is not a executable file, not a regular file, not a writable file. Okay, you can check this one more option. So I'll use here minus s. Okay. So minus s is an option. It will check whether the file exists and has a size greater than 0. Okay, it is checking whether the file is having size greater than 0. Be clear here. Minus s file1 file.c question mark echo dollar question mark. Now we are checking whether minus s is an option which is used to check whether the file is having size greater than 0. Now what it is giving? It is giving 0. That means yes, it is having size greater than 0. You can see you have content here, right? So that means it is having size greater than 0. That is why you are getting 0 here. Okay. Check one more option. Minus r. We are checking minus r means you're checking whether you can read the file. Okay, whether the file is readable, whether you can read this file. So you are getting 0. Yes, you can read the file. Similarly, minus w, which I already showed once. Okay. Minus w, whether you can execute the file. Yes, you can execute the file. Okay. Now go for this minus d. Minus d means you are checking whether it is a directory. Whether it is a directory minus c. Minus d means you are checking whether file.c is a directory. Is it true or false? File.c is a directory or not? Whether it is true or false?
False.
False. It is not a directory, correct? So that is why you are getting the answer as 1. So 1 means any non-zero value means it is false. So this command is false. It is not a directory. Okay. So you can clearly understand in this. Okay. Minus s means it is checking whether the file is having size greater than 0. Yes. S means 0. Minus r means it is checking whether the file is readable. Yes, it is readable. So you are getting 0. Minus w means you are checking whether the file is writable. Yes, so that is why you are giving 0. Minus d, you are checking whether the particular file is directory. No, it is not a directory. That is why you are getting 1. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So these examples you can give. Okay. When they ask in the exam, explain file test. Okay. How or they can put it another way. Okay. How test can be used to check the file attributes. How test command can be used to check various file attributes. Okay. So this is all about test command for file attributes. So the next one, case condition. Okay. So this is a switch case. How we can use, okay, how we can go for switch statement in shell scripts. Okay. So this is a syntax. So this is similar to your C programming or any other Perl language. Okay, C programming switch case. Okay, you have a case keyword. Okay, so it is case sensitive. Okay, you have to write it in small letter. Case. After that, you have to write the expression. and you have a keyword in, and here you are writing the options, okay, different options, or you can write a different case. Okay. So if the condition here expression is nothing but the condition, if the condition is true and it will match with any of the pattern, okay. So it is suppose it will match with any of the pattern, particular command will be executed. Okay. For example, it will match with the pattern 2, then the pattern 2 is having command 2, so that particular command will be executed. Okay. So you can see here you will be having the switch case is ending with the keyword opposite of case. Okay. So similar to if, in if what you have, we are ending if with the what keyword? Opposite of if. So F5. Okay. Similarly, in the switch case, we are using the keyword opposite of case. Okay. So let me give an example. Okay, look at this example. Okay. So these are all I have commented. Okay. Concentrate only for the statement which we don't have comments. Okay. Only this much you concentrate. So do you wish to continue? Okay, you are reading a word, okay, which will be stored in the variable ans. Okay, and this is the switch case. Okay. Case, we are taking the variable, okay, in, and it is having two case. Okay, that is, this is one case and this is another case. Okay. So what is the answer it is taking? It is taking, let me put it in a simple way. It's taking either capital letter Y or small letter y. Okay. Similarly here, we are taking capital letter N or small letter n. Okay. So if the entered value is capital letter or small letter y, then it will display what? Okay. Okay. Suppose if we have entered, okay, answer variable with the value n or capital letter N, then it will exit. Okay. Is it clear? So this is very simple example, okay, for switch case condition in shell script. Okay. So I will execute this sh script dot sh. Okay. So it will ask me, do you wish to continue? Okay. So I will enter. So I can enter here y or capital Y, or I can enter n or capital N. So let me enter capital letter Y. So what it is saying? So it will match to this pattern, correct? And it will display the message okay. Okay. So similarly, I can give n. Okay. If I give n, so it will go for the exit. Okay. So it will terminate the program. Is it clear? Any doubt in this program? It's a simple example. Suppose if they ask you for 5 marks or less than 5 marks, you can give this example, okay, and explain the syntax. Any doubt in this example? Is it clear?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one of the simple examples. Okay, and so here in the case statement, we can also make use of wild cards. So we have studied wild cards, right? So those examples, wild cards, you can make use in switch case. Okay, I'll give an example. What does this will tell? What does this expression tells? Wildcard expression tells. So I can have either capital letter Y, first character can be capital letter Y or small letter y. Second character can be small letter e or capital letter E. And the third character can be anything. Okay, I can have S1, S2. Okay, so it will match. So the different patterns. Okay, yes, capital letter yes, or here star indicates 0 or more characters. Okay, and similarly this one will tell no. Okay, so I can have either capital letter no or capital letter N and small letter O. Okay, so these are the wildcards. Okay, we can use. So look at this example. Script.sh. It will ask me to enter. Okay, would you like to continue? Then I will enter capital letter SES. Whether it will match, whether this will match, whether it will match the first
Yes.
pattern. Yes. Okay. I have capital letter Y, I have capital letter T, and third character can be anything. So it will match and it will display echo OK. Okay. And similarly, I can go for capital letter N and small letter O. So in that, it will exit or terminate the program. So this is an example how we can use wildcards in switch case statement. Okay. So if they ask you in the exam, explain how wildcards can be used in switch case, you can give this example. Okay. This example you can give. So this is there is one more example. That is done. Okay. So this is one of the questions which appeared in the question paper. Okay. Here you have to go for a switch case. Okay. Based on the case, you have to display different commands. Okay. So we have option to release the files. Okay. Process, ID of the process. Okay. Which process the user is using. Third option is to display the date. Fourth one is who command. Okay. Telling who is using the system. And fifth one is to quit or exit. Okay. So I'll execute this program. See here. So you can see here it will ask you to enter the choice, and based on the choice we have different commands. Okay. The choice 1, 2, 3. sh fix.sh. So these are the options we have. One is for listing the files. Okay. So here there are different options. I'll go for the third one. I'll enter another option. I'll give the option 3. 3 means it will match this pattern. So what is the pattern? 3, it is for displaying the date command. Okay. Here you are getting the today's date. Okay. Similarly, I can go for other options. Okay. So I'll go for option 1. Option 1 will release all the files. Okay. So similarly, you can try other options. Is it clear? Any doubt in this program? Clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one of the question which is asked in the question paper. Okay. So the next one is so case statement is over. Next one is EXPR. So EXPR, it is used for computing and string handling. So this is a command EXPR. It is used for computation. That means to perform any arithmetic operations on integers. Okay. And it can also be used for manipulating strings. Okay, so it can be used along with integers for arithmetic operation, or it can also be used along with the string. Okay, so first I will explain how it can be used for arithmetic operation. EXPR, okay, EXPR, 3 plus, leave the space, okay. So when you are writing 3 plus 5, you have to leave the space, okay. What is the result? 3 plus 5, it will return 8. Okay. Similarly, you can go for minus subtraction, -2. You can declare the variables. You can declare the variables. For example, x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 2, and you can write xpr $x minus $y. So 6 minus 2, it will return 4. Okay. And remember, whenever you are using multiplication, okay, so you have to use escape sequence. Okay, whenever you are using subtraction, you have to use escape sequence. You cannot give that simply multiplication. So this is backward slash you have to use. Okay, so that is 6 into 2, it will give 12. See what happens if you simply give multiplication. Okay, it will show syntax error. Okay, this you have to remember. Similarly, you can use it for division. Division 6 divided by 2, it is 3. So like this, you can use expr command for executing arithmetic operations. So these are some examples. You have to leave the space here, okay? You have to leave the space here. Similarly, you can go for percentage, all arithmetic operations, okay? So the next one is this while statement. While statement I'll explain later. How expr command can also be used for string handling. So here, expr command can be used to perform 3 operations on the string. The first one to find the length of the string, second one is to extract the substring, and the third one is to locate the position of a character in a string. So I'll explain all this with the example. Okay, even in the exam, okay, if they ask you how EX use it for string handling, give with an example. Okay, all these three you have to explain with examples. The first one is to find the length of a string. So I give expr, okay, and I will write some string. Okay, ACP. The length of the string is, so here we are using to find the length of the string, we are using dot star. So dot star, okay, signifies to the expr that it has to print the number of characters that matches the pattern. Okay, so here dot star is used to specify the number of characters in the given string. How many characters we have? 4 characters, right? So here it will give you 4. So that is the length of the string VCT. Clear? Okay. So this can be used whenever you are writing the program and you want to check whether the string is length is greater than 20, greater than 10. Okay, in that case you can use this expr, okay, along with the dot star to find the length of the string. Okay. So the next one is extracting a substring. Okay, how expr can be used to extract the substring. So I'll declare a string. Okay, a is equal to 2003. This is the string I'm using, and expr A is equal to 2003. Okay. EXPR, I'm fetching that variable. Okay. And then I want to find, okay, I want to extract the last two characters. Okay. I want to extract the last two characters. So in that case, I have to use dot dot slash and dot dot slash. Okay. I want to extract the last two characters. So this indicates, in the bracket you are writing two dots, right? So that indicates I want to fetch the last two characters. What is the last two character? It is 0, 3. Okay. Similarly, if I want to fetch the last one character, okay. So altogether there are how many characters? 4 characters, right? So here 3 dots, and here I want to fetch only the last one character. So here it will display the last one character 3. Okay. What if I want to fetch 3 characters? How I should write? Here are how many dot I should use? If I want to fetch the last 3 characters, I have to use 3 dots here, and how many characters remaining? One character is left out. Okay, so one character is left out, and I want to fetch the last 3 characters. Okay, execute this. Here it will give you the last 3 substring. Okay, the last 3 characters in the string 2003. Is it clear? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. The next one is locating the position of a character. Okay. How EXPR is used to locate the position of a character. So, isn't that I have a variable A, B, C, D. Okay. I want to find the position of the character D. Okay. To locate the position of the character D in the given string. Okay. So I'll be using $A, which position D is in? It is in the position 4th position, correct? Here we are using negation, okay, this caret symbol D, okay, in the bracket followed by this star. Okay. So I want to find the character D, but along with that I'll be using these many characters. So what is this? So here you have to count the number of characters which are not D. Okay. So what we are doing here? Here this negation D star, it will count the number of characters which are not D. Okay. So it will ignore all the D, all other characters other than D. Okay. See, similar one more example. If I want to find A, I want to ignore A, okay, and I want to find the position of A. Which position it is? In the first position, correct? Is it clear? Similarly, you can try other examples. C. Okay. Third position. Okay. First, you are ignoring all other positions. Okay. Other than C, we are ignoring all other positions. When it reaches C, okay, it is displaying the position that is in the third position. Is it clear? So these are the 3 string handling. Okay, string handling. Uh, how string handling can be done using EXPR command. Okay, so these examples you can give. Finding the length of the string. Okay, you can see here to find the length of the string. This is to find the substring, and the last one it is to find the position of the character. Okay. So this is all about string handling. So the next one is while loop. Okay. So here you can see this is the syntax of while loop. While condition is true, okay, do execute some commands and finally use the keyword done. Okay, so this while is similar to the execution of while statement is similar to the C programming while. Okay, so until the condition is true, we are executing whatever that is there here inside do. So when the condition is true, do the execution of the command. Okay. When the condition is false, you will come out of the while loop. Okay. Similar to C programming. So look at the example. See here, this is an example. So here you are taking this is a while loop. Okay. Here you have condition, while condition, and you are having do keyword, and here we are having done. Okay. So while should be terminated with the keyword done, and inside this we are having case. Okay, so this is case statement, which case statement. Okay, you can see here we are starting with case keyword and it is ending with ESAC keyword. Okay, so here we are using two logics. One is while loop, another one is case. Okay, so look at this example. I will execute. Sh. Here what you see when you are writing in the exam, you can either use the example which I have given, or in the textbook you have little bit different example. You can use either of the example while writing in the exam. Okay, whichever you feel comfortable. Okay, whichever you feel easy, that example you can take. Okay. So here we are executing the command. Okay, first we have a keyword ANS, that is the answer, which will be default. It will be set to the string y. Okay, so it will enter to the while statement. So y is equal to y. Yes, it is true. And then it will ask you enter the code and the description. See here we are reading the variable, the value of two variable. Okay, we are not just reading one variable. We are reading two variable. So one is code. You can write some code. I'll write here. It is 1202. That is to the variable code, and you can write some description. I'll write here some description. I'll write, okay, 202 and description, which will be stored in the variable code and description. Then it will display that. Then it will ask enter any more. So enter any more any. Okay. So either you can give any. Okay, any can take two values, y or n. Okay, so small letter y or small letter n. So I will enter small letter y. Okay, so when we are entering small letter y, what it will do is it will display this. Okay, it will display that value whatever you have entered. Okay, so answer will be set to y. Okay, so next again you can enter some code and some. You can enter again. It will go to the while statement. Again, you can enter some code and description. Okay, I'll write test. Okay. Then again, it will ask enter the any more. If we enter y, again answer will be set to y. Again, it will go to while loop, and here it will check y is equal to y. So on. When it will end, when the while loop ends, When the while loop ends,
When your response is
if I give n, whether it will end the while loop. See, as long as you enter y, the while loop will continue, right? As long as you enter y, the while loop will continue. What if you enter n? What will happen? What will happen when you enter n?
while condition will not satisfy.
While condition will not satisfy. Why? Because the variable a and s will be set with the value n. Okay, so it will check n is equal to y. Whether n is equal to y, no, it is false. So you can see when you are giving n, you are terminating the program. It will come out of the while loop. Okay, so you can see here giving some code and I'm giving some value for the description. As long as you enter y, as long you enter y, it will continue. Okay. Suppose if you are giving n, okay, answer variable will be storing n and n is equal to y, the condition false, it will come out of the loop. Okay, so this is one example. You can go view for while loop. Okay, so this has both while and case statement. Any doubt in this program? Anybody? It is clear, right? So moving on to the next one, for. Okay, for loop with the list. Okay. So this for loop, what you see in the structure, okay, the structure or the syntax of the for loop, it is different from, okay, different compared to other programming language. Okay, this for loop, only the difference here is, okay, this for loop is different compared to other programming languages, C or Perl or any other programming language. Okay, so here you can see we don't have any condition. Okay, in for loop, in C and all, how you'll be having three conditions, right? So you are checking whether I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. Correct. There will be three parts, right? In C programming and all. First is initialization, second one is condition, and the third one is increment or decrement operation, right? So, but here you don't have three parts. But here instead you will be having two things. One is variable, another one is list. Okay, so this is completely different from other programming language. Okay, for keyword, variable, in, list. Okay, so what we are doing is here you will be having, okay, the list. Okay, you'll be having some list. That list will be separated with white space. Okay, and one variable what you are specifying here will be you're checking whether that particular variable is there in the list. Okay, whether that particular variable is there in the list. If it is there in the list, you will be executing the command. Okay, you're checking whether the particular variable is there in the list. If it is true, then execute the command. So this is a syntax. Okay, let me give an example here. For, okay, you are declaring a variable file. Okay, these are the list. In the list you have two file names, chap11 and chap1. Okay, this variable file what you are giving, it will be assigned. Okay, it will be assigned to one, okay, one one word in the list. You can tell file first, it will compare, okay, whether it is equal to chap1, then it will assign file to chap1. Okay, first it will assign to chap11 and next it will assign it to chap1. Okay. If it is, okay, whether the file, if it is chap1, then it will execute this command. Okay, what is cp is for? Cp is for why cp is used?
To copy the files.
Okay. So here in the list we have series of character strings. Okay, chap1, 11 and chap1, each separated by white space. Okay, and here the item or each item in the list is assigned to the variable file. Okay, whatever the items you have in the list will be assigned to the variable file. So first file, okay, file variable, first it gets the value chap11. Okay, then it will get the value chap1. Okay, then so on. Okay, if you are listing few more items in the list, it will be assigning other items. Then each file is copied with .bak. Okay, so what will happen when you execute this? Each file, okay, will be copied with the extension .bak. Okay, and the message will be displayed. After that, the message will be displayed. So that particular file is copied with the extension .bak. So I'll execute this, it will be clear. sh script 8.sh. So you can see here, first, okay, the variable file, it will be assigned to the variable item chap11. So it will copy chap11, okay, with the extension .bak. Whether you will find that. See here, you will be created with the file chap11.bak. So copy command will create with the extension .bak. Okay. After that, it will display the message chap11 is copied to chap11.bak. Next, what we'll do? After that, for loop, what it will do? It will assign the file variable to the next item in the list, that is chap1. After that, what it will do? It will copy chap1, okay, with the extension chap1.bak. You can find a file here, chap1.bak, and it will display the message chap1 is copied to chap1.bak. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any doubt in this program? So this is not like your C programming for loop, okay? So this is almost different from your C programming for loop. Okay. So here each variable, the variable will be assigned to each items in the list. Okay. First it will be assigned to chap11. Next it will be assigned to chap1. Any doubt in this program? Any doubt in this? Let me make it clear. So this is one more simple example. Okay. So what, these are the list. Okay, this is a list with this values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in the list we have how many items? 5 items. Okay. So for loop, what it will do? Here I have declared a variable I. Okay. I initially it will be assigned to the item 1. Then it will be assigned to the item 2. So on. Last it will assign I to the item 5. Okay. So first when it will assign the item I to the item 1. Okay. So it will display the message looping number 1. Okay. Then it will assign it to the item 2. It will display the message looping number 2. Okay. So on it will continue. So I will execute this. This in the folder new for 1.sh. Here. Looping number 1, looping number 2, okay, so on, looping number 5. So this I will take different values that you are specified in the list. Is it clear? This program. Is it clear? Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? This is one more example. See. So here we are using for loop, okay, to find the sum. Okay. So what is dollar star? What does dollar star will tell? What is dollar star in the command line argument? What is dollar star? What is dollar star? What is dollar ampersand? What is dollar hash? Forgot? So this program will continue in the next class. Okay, next class when you come, you have to tell me what is dollar star, dollar ampersand, dollar hash. Clear? Huh? Next class, I am expecting this answer. Okay. Go through and tell me the answer for this.